What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Samson Dauda giving a warning shot at 9 weeks out of this upcoming Miss Olympia. So when he says that he has made some great improvements in his back, especially in this off-season after this year's Arnold, he means business. And that crazy condition for 9 weeks out of the show, that is just unreal. I do have a comparison for you guys here. The same two back shots, which are considered Samson's weakest shots ever since he came onto the scene. So this comparison is from his last Arnold prep from 2024, when he was being coached by Milos Sarcev, versus now today, 9 weeks out of this year's Miss Olympia. Just look at the overall detail in the hamstrings, and keep in mind, his Arnold update, that is 4 weeks out, versus now 9 weeks out. It is insane how crazy Samson is looking right now. And the overall width of his lats, that has improved so much. So the back double bicep has also improved. Not as much as his back lat spread, but obviously he must be happy with the improvements. And everyone competing at this year's Miss Olympia, they already know that the back double bicep is gonna be Derek Lunsford's all day long. Because I think we can all agree that Derek's back, that is just out of this world. That is just way too good. But I think we should all be really excited to see this new version of Samson Dauda as they push for more separation, more detail, more thinness of his skin, and better conditioning than what we saw at this past Arnold. So his Arnold Classic UK version, that was a one step closer to what the judges want to see on him. And it seems like Samson is also gonna bring it this year. The overwhelming size, combined with good aesthetics, small waist, wide shoulders, definitely makes Samson a top 3 Olympian, or who knows, maybe even higher than that this year. So Nick Walker was asked to give his Olympia top 5 for this year, at 9 weeks out of the show. And I think almost 99% of the fans would agree that it's gonna be Derek, Hadi, Samson, Andrew Jatt, and possibly Nick Walker himself. And these were in no particular order, of course.
My top 5 ranking in no order. It'll be, we got me, Hadi, Derek, Samson, and Andrew. That's what I will believe will be the top 5. And I guess, we'll see which order. Of course, I'll probably be number 1 though.
So in his own mind, Nick Walker is definitely winning. And he has absolutely zero doubts about that. So do you guys realize which of the other guys Nick Walker left out of the Olympia top 5? And who are some of the biggest bodybuilding names in the world? First of all, we have the former Miss Olympia and the Arnold Classic champion, Brendan Curry. So if that happens, and Brendan slips out of the top 5 this year, this will be the first time since 2018. Because 2018 was the year Brendan Curry cracked top 5 for the very first time. And he went on to become Miss Olympia very next year. And he also won the Arnold Classic title in 2019 as well. And even though we all know Brendan has been kind of in the last couple of years, but I think we can all agree that man has some kind of thing about his physique, some strange aura, that the judges like a lot. I mean, that is why he became Miss Olympia. And that is why the judges still place him in the top 4. So last year, he had to spend a day in the hospital, just a day before last year's Miss Olympia. And he was far from his personal best. And still he was able to beat Andrew Jatt. But considering the fact that he started his prep a little late than usual, and he's working with a new coach this time, plus his age factor as well, I think most of us will have Brendan outside of the top 5. So I think most of us will agree with these predictions. But is there anyone who can surprise one of these guys? Yes, I think there is. Hunter Labral is that guy, who is going to be stepping on stage in less than 4 weeks' time. He has worked really hard throughout this entire off-season, and I for one cannot wait to see his improvements that he has made since the Olympia last year. Next up, we have an update of Hadi Samson. So he uploaded a new video to his YouTube channel. So this guy looks so crazy year-round, even in the off-season, that you can never guess when a particular video was recorded. But still, I have to say those feathered quads, the strutted chest, that shows that it's taken during this year's Miss Olympia prep. So Hadi Samson is one of the only few guys who still uses that straight bench press, because that particular exercise, that is almost obsolete, especially in the modern era. So people normally do that in the gyms, but you rarely see any IFB pro using that straight bench press. One of the reasons for that is because you're more prone to an injury. So Kevin Levroni, aka the Maryland Muscle Machine, he was so famous for doing those insane bench presses, especially leading into the show, weeks before the show. So Hadi looks absolutely insane right now. So I believe this is gonna be an Olympia to remember for ages. Because it seems like all the top guys, they are all leveling up. And right now, Hadi has one of the best development. And that too in terms of everything. His arms, his chest, his abs, his legs, everything is there. Plus, how can we forget about the striations on his chest? Which makes his most muscular one of the most dominant shots that we have ever seen in the bodybuilding history. So out of all the top guys that we have seen this year, I mean competing at a show, guys like Samson Dauda, Andrew Jacked, Hadi and Nick, I think Hadi has been one of the most impressive guy. And I think there is only one guy that Hadi is chasing right now, and that is the reigning champion, Derek Lansford. So the runner-up at Texas Pro, Jordan Hutchison, he had such a superb run this year. So he competed in 3 different shows in a span of 4 weeks. And he was kind of disappointed, but not placing as high as expected in Chicago, where he turned out to be one of the top guys, both at Tampa Pro and Texas Pro. So Jordan, just being 28 years old, he has a very bright future ahead in the men's open, because this guy has the ability to get absolutely peeled out of his mind. So there was only the battle for second place at this year's Texas. And both these guys, Jordan and Nathan, they both looked really impressive. And these 2 guys were really close, although that wasn't the case on the scorecards. And the judges had Jordan clearly in the second place. So Jordan just announced, with Texas Pro, his season just came to an end. And that is actually a good move. So he will be slowly transitioning into the off-season. And he will try to bring back a bigger and a better package in 2025. So Jordan has really good lines. He is a very athletic bodybuilder, and he has put on quite some size, very impressive amount of muscle since 2023. And with another off-season under his belt, he is gonna be even more competitive. So guys like him and Nathan Appler, they are most likely gonna be on the Olympia stage next year. Next up, we have a physique update from Brett Wilkin on his way to do Legion Sports. And if he's able to win that thing, he's gonna be once again the first guy to secure his Olympia spot for 2025. So back in 2022, when he won the Big Man weekend, that was also the first qualifier for 2023. But unfortunately, he could not make his debut at the Olympia in 2023. And we all know that was because of some health concerns. So with 7 weeks to go, the man looks absolutely amazing. He isn't gonna be the biggest guy on the stage, but he is most probably gonna be one of the most ripped guys out there. So if I'm not mistaken, he's been coached by Matt Jensen. And other than the Arnold 2022, he has always brought great conditioning to the stage. So it will all come down. Who shows up better at the Legion Sports? Patrick Moore is most likely gonna be there. Maybe Vlad as well. So Brett's strength, that is having a super tight midsection and bringing that insane level of conditioning. Plus he has very good abs as well. But again, he isn't one of those guys who take up a lot of space on the stage. So his battle with Patrick Moore, that is gonna be a good one. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.